tonight's episode of Cooking with James, we're going to be making air-fried frozen steak. Beef choice chuck steaks, or no, is it? Oh damn, that's one big steak. Guess I'm eating the whole thing, but here's how it looks. $4.70, and I watched some video. I think it was Mikhaila or Megan Peterson, I always forget her name. It's Jordan Peterson's daughter can only eat red meat. It's something to do with her, like anything else will like inflame her skin. And she talked about how easy it is for her to cook the steak. She just gets it frozen, like so, salts it, which I don't even get because the meat's not going to absorb the salt when it's frozen, and then just throws it in the air fryer at 400 degrees, 9 minutes each side, and apparently it comes out perfectly rare, like the way you want it. So I just gotta try it, man. Like, might not work out, and that might not be like with a steak this, I mean, it's thick enough, but not the thickest steak I've ever seen. I would think to go sorry, higher temperature for less time each side, but we're gonna try it her way first and see how it turns out. On the side I'm gonna have just a little bit stir fry with some rice that I have left over, and yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. Forgot to mention, I'm gonna go do one further. My stir fry is not gonna have any garlic because I've run out. So I'm gonna put more than just salt. I'm gonna put a little bit of, I don't even still see the point of this because it's not gonna absorb any of it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. A little bit of garlic pea, a little bit of salt. I'm gonna go for fine salt because I think it might stick to it better if I do. Let's grind. And of course, a little bit of pepper, black pepper. Do that on both sides. Hopefully that adds to the flavor a little bit. If not, whatever I season this with, the stir fry veg will help it out. But yeah, stay tuned. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, you're joking. It's in fat. Oh shit. You know what? I'm gonna have to figure this out. Okay, I cut off like one edge here and one edge at the bottom. I'm just gonna throw it in with a stir fry, I guess. But I can see that it's not flush with the bottom, but once it heats up, it will fall down. It'll be fine. All right, that's been 9 minutes. Time to flip. Doesn't look great right now, but in the video I watched, it also didn't for the first thing. So, as I suspected, it sank to the bottom. That's what we want. Flip it over. All right, smells great. Put it right back in. Set it down to 9 minutes. Back to 400. Let's go. All right, big reveal. All right, let's see what we're working with here. A little bit of crust on the side. I think that's gonna be extra rare, you know what I mean? I don't know how done it is, man. I don't know if it's cooked right through. It feels a little tough, actually. I'm gonna go with it and see how this looks. Let it rest for a minute or two. Cut it open, and if it's too raw, I'll throw it back in. Okay, so I let it rest. I cut it up, and mixed signals from the steak. Some parts are beautifully cooked. Some parts are a little bit rawer than I'd like, and then other parts are completely cooked. But what I'm gonna do for the taste test here is try the most appealing piece to me and then the least appealing piece. But before I do that, I'd say this is probably the rarest part I got, and that's not actually bad at all. It's pretty consistent too. There's not a hard ring on it, because I always find I end up doing that whenever I pan fry. There's like, if I want it a little bit rarer, there's a solid ring and the center is like too raw, and the outer skin is kind of what I want. Whereas this, as you can see, it's pretty consistent just from the edge. There's also a little bit more cooked, like on this side. That's pretty much gray, but all that matters is how it tastes. So let's go for the most appealing part I have here. I think that'll do nicely. So one bite, everybody knows the rules. surprisingly, really good. Not a hard crust on it. That was kind of my only issue with cooking it this way. You won't get a hard crust no matter what, unless you've got it like really high temperature, and that only goes to 400 degrees. So, and even then, I don't think it can compare to like the pan fry. But enough of that, let's try the most, or rather, the least desirable part. What about this? Pretty much completely cooked right through. Definitely a good bit tougher, but not bad, honestly. Like, the flavor's all there. It's not inedible by any means. And I cut away all the gristle, so I'm not getting any of that right now. So, trying to save some time, man. This is kind of the way to do it. Less cleanup too. Yeah. Probably add a little sauce myself, because although the flavor's there, not as salty as I generally like with my steak. I like to do the salt brine, the dry brine, before you cook it. Make sure that the seasoning is very consistent. And here's some of the egg fried rice. Actually, it pairs with this pretty well. Kind of got a kick to it though. I put some chili flakes in it, which I don't normally get, but actually I never get. This is one of the things that Martin left over, so. Oh, pretty good. I give it a good, overall, 7.9 out of 10.